In 2026, the prefab barndominium shell market is bigger, faster, and more confusing than it has ever been. Hundreds of companies now ship flat-packed or pre-engineered steel shell kits directly to your property. The price tags look compelling: $35,000, $45,000, $60,000 for a complete kit, especially next to traditional construction costs. But here is what the marketing pages do not show you. The family in Arkansas who paid $52,000 for a shell that arrived with mislabeled components, a 14-week delay, and zero engineering documentation their county would accept for a permit. Or the couple in Texas who discovered 6 months after delivery that the wall panel gauge in their contract was different from what was actually shipped, and the supplier had since closed. These are not rare stories. They are the predictable result of buyers entering one of the fastest-growing, least regulated markets in residential construction without knowing what to ask before they sign anything. This video gives you that framework. 7 things to verify before you buy a prefab barndominium shell in 2026. In the exact order you should check them. Stay to the end, because number 7 is the one most buyers only discover after something has already gone wrong. Subscribe right now if you are researching barndominiums. This channel covers what the industry skips every single week. The first mistake most prefab barndominium buyers make happens before they even contact a supplier. They do not have a clear definition of what they are actually buying. In 2026, the term prefab barndominium shell is used to describe at least 3 meaningfully different products. The first is a bare steel shell, walls, roof framing, and exterior cladding only. No windows, no doors, no insulation, no interior framing. A structural enclosure and nothing more. The second is a shell kit, the steel structure plus a specified package of windows, doors, and sometimes insulation. What is included varies dramatically by supplier and is not standardized across the industry. The third is a pre-engineered building package, a complete engineered structure with stamped drawings, wind and snow load calculations, and full documentation for permit submission. The most complete and most expensive product, and the only one that arrives permit-ready in most jurisdictions. Does this package include stamped engineering drawings for my specific county's wind, snow, and seismic load requirements? If the answer is no or vague, you are not buying a permit-ready package, regardless of what the brochure says. Get the full component list in writing before you pay a deposit. Not a summary, a line item specification sheet. Every piece included, every gauge spec, every dimension. This document protects you in any dispute and tells you immediately whether a supplier is professional or not. Before I give you the technical standard you need to know, I want to tell you what happens when a buyer skips this check, because it is more common than it should be. A builder in coastal Mississippi ordered a pre-engineered shell package from a reputable supplier. The package was engineered to 130 miles per hour wind loads, which met the national baseline and looked fine on paper. His county, which falls in a high wind coastal exposure zone, required 160 miles per hour. His permit application was rejected. The supplier's engineering package needed to be redone from scratch. He waited 11 additional weeks and paid $4,200 in re-engineering fees, all because he did not confirm his county's specific wind speed requirement before placing his order. That is the consequence. Here is the mechanism. ASC 7-22, the current structural load standard adopted into most state building codes, specifies design wind speeds by location that can vary from 90 miles per hour in low-risk interior zones to 180 miles per hour or higher in coastal exposure categories. A shell engineered for 110 miles per hour will not pass permit in a 140 miles per hour zone, regardless of build quality. Pull your county's required design wind speed from your local building department or the ASC Wind Speed Lookup tool online. Give that number to every supplier you contact and ask explicitly whether their standard package meets it, or whether a custom engineering upgrade is required and what it costs. Most suppliers will quote their standard package first. Standard does not mean code compliant for your location. Your county's number is the only number that matters at permit time. The same logic applies to snow loads if you are building in the northern states, and to seismic requirements if you are in California, the Pacific Northwest, or near the New Madrid seismic zone. One spec does not fit all locations. The prefab barndominium shell market in 2026 includes some excellent established manufacturers and a significant number of companies that are essentially brokers reselling overseas manufactured components with no engineering support, no domestic inventory, and no accountability when things go wrong. Here is how to tell the difference before you hand over a deposit. First, verify how long the company has been operating under its current name. Many shell suppliers launched during the 2020 to 2022 barndominium boom took deposits, had supply chain problems, and quietly rebranded. Search the business name plus complaints, reviews, and BBB before you read any testimonial on their own site. Second, ask where the steel is manufactured. Domestically produced steel components are subject to U.S. quality standards and traceability requirements. Imported components are not always held to the same standard and can carry certification gaps that surface during inspections. And in 2026, this matters for a second reason. Steel tariff conditions have created real volatility in both pricing and lead times for overseas source shell components. A supplier heavily reliant on imported steel may quote you one price and one timeline, and deliver neither if tariff conditions shift between your deposit and your delivery date. Business age and ownership history, state business registration, BBB profile and complaint history, social media and forum mentions, references from completed builds in your state, domestic versus imported steel documentation, tariff exposure disclosure for imported components. Third, ask for references from completed builds in your specific state, not general testimonials. A supplier who has navigated Texas permitting successfully is meaningfully different from one who has not. Ask those references specifically whether the engineering documentation was accepted by their county on the first submission. No specific suppliers are named in this section. The shell market changes rapidly. Use the verification checklist above and do your own current year research. The contract is where the relationship between buyer and supplier becomes legally defined, and where most buyers discover the gap between what was promised in the sales conversation and what is actually guaranteed. For clauses require specific attention before you sign anything. Clause 1. Delivery timeline and delay liability. Most contracts in 2026 include force majeure provisions excusing delays due to supply chain disruption or manufacturing issues. Those provisions are reasonable. What is not reasonable is a contract that caps supplier liability for delays at a deposit refund only, with no penalty for a 6-month delay that costs you in construction financing and carrying costs. Negotiate a delay penalty clause or walk away. Clause 2. Component substitution language. Some contracts allow the supplier to substitute components of equivalent specification without buyer approval. In practice, this can mean a panel gauge change, a fastener substitution, or a structural member swap you do not discover until delivery. Insist on written approval rights for any component substitution before signing. Any contract allowing unilateral component substitution without buyer notification can legally deliver you a lesser product than you ordered. This clause appears more often than buyers expect. Read it carefully. Clause 3. Engineering documentation responsibility. The contract should specify clearly who ensures the engineering package meets your county's permit requirements, and what happens if it does not. If the contract places all responsibility on the buyer with no supplier obligation, you are unprotected if errors surface during inspection. Clause 4. Deposit refund conditions. Understand exactly under what conditions your deposit is refundable and what percentage is non-refundable at each stage. Some suppliers take 30 to 50% non-refundable deposits before manufacturing begins. Know this before you sign. One of the most expensive mistakes prefab barndominium buyers make in 2026 is ordering their shell before their permit is approved, sometimes before they even have a confirmed site plan. Permit timelines in rural counties are not predictable. Some jurisdictions have planning and zoning backlogs that push residential permit reviews to 12 to 16 weeks or longer. If your shell arrives before your permit is approved, you have a steel storage problem, and unprotected steel components left on site for weeks develop corrosion, panel damage, and fastener loss that a supplier will not cover under warranty. The sequence below is the single most actionable thing in this video. It should be on screen in full while you hear it, not just spoken. Step 1. Secure land plus confirm zoning. Step 2. Engage structural engineer for site-specific stamp drawings. Step 3. Submit for permit. Wait for approval. Step 4. Order shell only after permit approval or confirmed county timeline. Step 5. Pour plus cure foundation. Then schedule shell delivery. Confirm whether your supplier requires certified installation crews to maintain warranty validity. Using an uncertified crew can void your structural warranty. Ask before you hire. One detail on Step 4 that suppliers rarely volunteer up front. Confirm whether your manufacturer requires certified installation crews to maintain warranty validity. Not all erection crews are qualified to install pre-engineered steel systems. Using an uncertified crew, even a skilled general contractor, can void your structural warranty entirely. Ask before you hire anyone. On Step 5, your shell supplier will need your anchor bolt locations and exact slab dimensions to finalize manufacturing. These must match precisely. A discrepancy between your slab anchor bolt pattern and the supplier's base plate specification is not a minor problem. It requires slab modification or custom base plate fabrication, both of which add cost and weeks. The most common call a barndominium contractor gets in 2026 goes like this: I spent $45,000 on my shell. Why is my total build estimate $230,000? That gap is not a scam. It is an information problem, and it catches first-time buyers every single time because the shell price is the number that gets marketed, not the number that matters. Here is what the shell price does not include in virtually every supplier quote: site preparation, land clearing, grading, and access road development. Runs $5,000 to $25,000 depending on your site before a single piece of steel arrives. Foundation for a 40 by 60 barndominium runs $18,000 to $32,000 in 2026, depending on region, soil conditions, and reinforcement requirements. This is the single largest line item outside the shell itself. Erection labor. Most suppliers do not include installation. Runs $8,000 to $18,000 for a standard residential shell. Confirm whether certified erectors are required before budgeting this line. A $45,000 shell that finishes as a livable barndominium in 2026 typically requires $150,000 to $280,000 in total investment. Plan to the full number from day one, not the shell number. Mechanical, electrical, and plumbing add $35,000 to $65,000 for a standard residential build. Insulation. Spray foam in a typical 2,400 square foot barndominium runs $12,000 to $22,000. Interior finish varies enormously, but rarely comes in under $30,000 for a functional living space. None of those numbers are surprising once you know them. The problem is that most buyers do not know them until they are already committed to a shell purchase and getting contractor bids for everything else. I told you at the start that number 7 is the one most buyers only discover after the fact. Here it is. Who is responsible for errors in the engineering drawings after your permit has been issued? In 2026, this is an unresolved gray area in most prefab shell contracts. If the engineering package your supplier provided contains an error, an incorrect load calculation, a mislabeled connection detail, a wind speed assumption that does not match your jurisdiction, and that error is discovered during a county inspection after construction has begun, the cost of correction falls on the buyer in most contract structures. The supplier's position is that engineering was provided in good faith and verification is the buyer's responsibility. The county's position is that the permitted structure must meet code regardless of who provided the drawings. The buyer is caught between both. Before permit submission, have an independent licensed structural engineer in your state review the supplier's engineering package. This costs $800 to $2,000. It is the single highest ROI step in the entire prefab buying process. It catches errors before they become your liability on a 6-figure investment. It is not an insult to the supplier. It is standard due diligence. Any reputable supplier will respect it. One who pushes back on independent review is telling you something important about how they operate. Here is the bottom line on buying a prefab barndominium shell in 2026. The market has genuinely good products. Pre-engineered steel shell systems are faster, often more cost-efficient per square foot, and structurally excellent when properly specified and installed. The problem is not the product category. The problem is the information gap between what buyers assume they are getting and what they are actually contracting for. The 7 checks. Know exactly what your package includes in writing. Verify engineering specs against your county's actual wind speed requirement, not the supplier's default. Vet your supplier as a business with real references. Read every contract clause before the deposit clears. Follow the permit first sequence. Plan to the full project cost from day one. And get an independent engineering review before permit submission. Do those 7 things, and you are in a fundamentally stronger position than most buyers entering this market right now. That is exactly what this channel is here to help you do. Like this video if it gave you something the brochures left out. Subscribe new barndominium content every week. Builds, safety, honest costs. Comment, what stage are you at? Land shopping, permit stage, or mid-build? I read every comment. Watch next. Link your storm shelter or into mess and paint video. Strong follow-on for this audience.